So here we've got the magazine itself, and as always on the first page you've got what's coming in the next issue, so kind of the articles that are in the magazine there, and then the next parts that you're going to receive. So in the next issue you get the next part of the bow of the ship, you get a battery box, cable and parts for the 2 catapults. Now I would say you need something that's relatively small, like a Tupperware box, something kind of like this, to store these parts in, just because obviously they are small and you could end up losing some of them. The actual build itself, we just start off by building the hull, so I'll show you that one in a second, and then we go through the main building of the plane as well. So what I'll do, I'll get this off the table and then we'll get the parts and we can get started. So the first part of the build is sorting out the bow of the ship. Now for this you'll need the front top that you got with issue 1, and you'll also need the bottom piece that you got with issue 3, and these two go together by clipping in like that. Now there are 2 tiny little screw holes just in there. They have to line up. Now I did mention last week that I have a screwdriver, which is this one. I bought this from Boyce's in the UK, like a homeware come sells everything type shop. I think this was about £7, £7-8, and obviously it's got the interchangeable heads as well, but the screws that are on this build I've already managed to find the one for them. Now in terms of the screws that you get in this issue, you do get 3 screws, 1 more than you actually need, which is kind of standard I think, and in that same bag with the screws there is a tiny little pin, so try not to lose that if you can avoid it. So with this screwdriver being magnetised, I can get the screw on there, then line the 2 holes up, and then screw it in, so it's in like that. Now you can tighten these screws up all the way as well. I don't think there is anything stopping you from tightening them up as tight as you can get them. It would tell you in the magazine if you couldn't. Now I have just had a tiny little bit of flashing on that second screw hole just there, so just be careful obviously if you do get any flashing on there, and try to get rid of it as best as you can. So just to give you an idea, that will clip onto there. So this is the bow, just to give you an idea of something of the size of it. That goes on there like that. And that's the plane pretty much finished. Now the last part that you do get in this issue is the Catapult Launch, which is this piece here. Now this is actually feels like photo etch to me, that's been pre-bent and everything for you, so obviously that's really good bit of kit this. They're trying to make this look as accurate as possible and to make it as easy as possible for the model builder, which is absolutely fantastic. If you've never built a model before, it's really easy to get into model building doing it this way. Now this one, we can't put the glue on the actual holes, so we have to put it onto the struts. Now there's 1 pin that side, 2 pins that side, so the 1 pin goes at the rear and the 2 pins go just behind the front support that holds the 2 buoys on. So we'll just get that glued on. that's on. So yeah, that's issue 3 all done. Issue 4 will be released next Wednesday, which is the 13th of March, and we will be taking it straight from there with the battery pack. Hopefully we get to see how this thing works, but I doubt it, because obviously there's no circuit board to do anything with it. So and we'll be building the first catapults. So thanks for joining me on this third issue of the Build the Battleship Bismarck. Front of bow done, tiniest little plane done, and we'll see you next week.